Don't see yourself through other people's eyes. And for that, we have the chalkboard, the chalk, y el borrador para pizarra. I forgot how to say it in English. And now, I think it's really important to start, and just the title of this video will tell you a lot about it. But in this way, I would like to have, I would like to have the space to draw what happens with energy and with your consciousness and all the path and way that means looking to yourself through others people's eyes, and also how to just root yourself to be present and more. Okay, so okay, first of all, I would like to say that I think this is the first video ever that I am recording in English, and I am posting it. And it's important, and there's a reason why you're watching this video. Especially it's because I want to give clearance of different information that I've been developing, but somehow I got, and I was just like creating like a formula. I know life is way more complex than just math math exercises, that you know where to use specifically a type of formula, when, how, different criteria, etc. But in life, and I remember when I was a kid, I was just like, it would be so cool if for every situation, every problem, or every person, I can just use a formula, like a general formula. But life doesn't work like that. And that's why through the time we will get information, and I think that the correct word will be wisdom, because every situation, every people, and everything is different and depends on the situation. Of course, also emotional intelligence, but that's why through the experience we get this wisdom. And thanks to books, podcasts, and different people sharing their experience, and even the solution of different problems that some people face, that can save you a lot of time, money, relationships, etc. So in today's video, I would like to share why this, I would like to say, mini formulas de vida. It's like little formulas of life for the life. And well, I have my path here so I don't get lost. Is don't look yourself through others people's eyes. Okay, and for that, everything started when I was talking with a friend of mine. We were in Bulgaria, and I don't know how this came out, but it's like, oh yeah, like when you're shy of dancing or just doing something, and it's just like, oh my god, what people will think about me, what people will say if I do this, if I do in this way, etc. So okay, sometimes that can also help you when you are performing, but when you're living, it should not be. Of course, we can read the energy in the environment, so we get wisdom to do and not to do, or say or don't say specific things. But when you are just, and there is the space for you to be you, and suddenly these thoughts of overthinking come to your mind, it's tricky, because it's just like, I just don't want to hear them. I just don't want to have these ideas, these thoughts, or just all this cloud that doesn't let me be me, or let me enjoy this moment. And that's why I would like to draw how I told him. I think that we were just drawing on Instagram stories, and I told him like stop. I don't remember exactly the words that I told him, but I will try to replicate it here, and because I think that it's really powerful, and if it helps to you, and if it helps you, I will be glad. Okay, just let me know if it did make sense to you. But when we are here, okay, let's think that this is us. And let's suppose one activity, when you're dancing or when there's music and you want to dance, and then it's just like, okay, I can do this, but I don't see anyone else moving or dancing, or I am the only one, or they are doing it. But what happened when I want to do it? And it seems that, I don't know, there's a lot of thoughts. But I think that a key word here is attention or awareness. Okay? So let's think that our lives are like series or TV shows. And we are playing a character. Everyone is playing a character. Okay? So when you are present, it's when you are in the moment, knowing the place, what you have to do, etc. Even not analyzing, just being, and that's one key word, being. I think the presence is really important, and I've been reading this book that is The Power of Presence. It's in Spanish, but it's really powerful and so good. I highly recommend it. I've used it multiple times. When you are here and you're supposed to dance, and then you're thinking like what they're thinking, if I am dancing it well, or if it's like you're trying to read other people's minds, and you're not enjoying that moment. It's like your mind is traveling through different scenarios, through different thoughts. Meanwhile, your life is just passing. The moment where you're supposed to live and just be and just being is just happening. So one thing is, and I think that some people can say that the heart is like where you do what your heart tells you, or do what you want to do, what etc. But in this case, I'm going to talk about a point of view. Yes, I know this famous word that is POV. And when we're talking about point of view, and what I mean is, just imagine a video game. When you are a character, you're playing a character, and you see how, like, their point of view, the hands, what they're doing, etc., etc. So in this case, let's suppose that the point of view or the camera of that character, it's here. Okay, it's here. So when you're playing and you're present in the moment and you're just doing your thing as a character, your attention is here in your life as a first person, as a player. But when you try to analyze the whole situation, where you are, like for example, right now I just want to go outside and walk. Right now I think that it's -2 degrees, so that means that I have to wear comfortable shoes, clothes, etc. And that means, and what is happening here is like you're looking the general picture, the panoramic picture. And for that, let's going to create another POV here, that it's, let's suppose these are mountains and these are houses, etc. Your point of view, it's traveling here, and then this is watching and observing everything to take in consideration what you will do, what you have to be prepared of, etc. Okay, that's something that every human does. Even though not drawing this, it's just what our mind is traveling in different places and scenarios and pictures. And okay, that's something that we usually do normally. That's completely fine. The thing, or when a little bit of turbulence comes, is when you wonder how you look like to other people. Okay? And let's suppose you are here, and let's suppose you are in a party, you are surrounded by people, and suddenly there are these thoughts coming to your way like, um, am I dancing good? Do I look ridiculous? And a lot of things that is just like about yourself. It's just like this overthinking about yourself. And what happens here, and this is really interesting because a friend of mine showed me a video, I think like 2 years ago. I don't remember the title, but I can just leave it here or in the description. It's about the different point of views, like different eyes, everywhere or anywhere. And I think you can watch it later. I don't know, can help you what I'm what I'm trying to explain. But what happens here is like when you wonder how you look like, or if you just want to know if you're looking ridiculous, if you're doing it good, or how do I look, it's just like these thoughts or feelings. What is happening is you traveling here, or your awareness or your attention is going here, and then where? To the point of view of this person. What? For what? To look at you, to watch you, and then you can get like the confirmation, or to know like, okay, no, it was good or something like that. But you're just looking for an output, you're just looking for information to confirm or not what you thought or what you're feeling. And all this way of your point of view traveling here, then not another point, just the whole situation, the whole you, taking in consideration other people behavior, etc., etc. It's just like, it's for this to happen, it's when your energy is traveling, is flowing. So that's another quote, that's another phrase that I really like, that it was in Spanish, that it's donde pones tu atención va tu energía, o creo que era, or I think that it was like, where you put your attention is where you are at. I think that I translated it correctly. But the thing is, this whole path, that's why then we feel tired or drained, or like, I'm so tired of just being thinking and overthinking. Of course, it makes you exhaust because it takes energy from you, your attention, and even when everything is happening and you're just looking for signals, you're looking for different body language of people so you can get information from that, it's exhausting. And what happened here is just like you're getting like a feedback and then again. So that's why I think that the word presence is important. Why? Because the word presence, and I think that also in this book they put that, of course it was in Spanish, but in English it kind of works the same. The presence, and this powerful word, it's where your essence is present. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Your presence is when your essence is present. What happens, or what means for you to be present? And I think the summary of, or just one simple phrase that I can say is just do your thing. Like, you're cooking, do your thing. Don't think about the exam that you had 2 months ago, or about the discussion about the discussion that you had with another friend, or another or with a strange person. You cannot change the past. Of course, you can learn about it sometimes, when you're washing the dishes, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, some, or even when you're working out. Some thoughts can come to your mind, and you can release it, but also you can learn the lessons, because everything is teaching you everything or something. So, but when I'm talking about presence, is where you are right now, enjoy, or even put your energy to it. For example, you're cooking. Okay. And I think that I saw this example in another video of another girl, that it was like, I'm gonna make this moment my own moment. Like, I'm cooking, okay, I'm just thinking that I am in a TV show, in a cooking show, where I'm just explaining the steps of how to prepare this meal, etc., etc. What I personally do, and I like to say, like, I'm putting like salsa, okay, sauce. In Spanish is salsa. And of course, also salsa, it's a genre of music. So it's like I put salsa, I dance, I sing, and I feel like the energy is just like, with this sauce and with energy, and so joyful. So it's like everyone will be different, but it's important for you to think, what would you do? What could be the best case scenario? How would you make this moment special? Of course, there will be some people that they say like, but not everything should be special. Okay, that's your life. At the end, is everything is just experience to your soul. Everything is just like you're writing every moment in your book of life, and time will pass anyways. Like, 3 days will pass, and in 3 days you could just started a new TV show, or finished a series, or you could just started working out, going to the gym, and after 3 days you can say like, okay, I already went to the gym for 3 days. Or you could just not do it, and what happened after 3 days, you will be like, yeah, I haven't started gym yet. So time will pass. The only thing that we have is the present, because even what I just said like 5 seconds ago, it's now in the past. So it's what you do with the moment that you have. And also for this, it's when you're present, when your essence is present, it's, and we're going back from to the beginning, it's like when you're playing the character in first person, as a first person, in first person. I remember my sister like playing Fortnite, and it's like you can see the screen, you can see your hands, you can see when you're, I don't know a lot of things, but it's just like a video game. Of course, there are also some other video games that you can see your character, but when you are in first person, it's like, right now, look at you, stop the moment and look your hands. Yes. Can you see your face, or can you see like your whole body from another point of view? No, but if you go to a mirror, or if you're in like like this, you're recording, you can see yourself. But as a first person, you only can see the range of what your eyes can see. And that is like that. That's what I suggest. Like, for example, you're cooking, look at yourself, what are you doing? And that's what I like to say. Do your thing and be in the moment, okay? Because that's also another word. Your no, I think that the word could be focus. You have to be focused. You have to be focused. But I'm not saying like this toxic focused, like, no, you're here, just here. Sometimes it can work, but for different scenarios, as I said, everything depends on the situation. And I think that I would like just to finish with when you are focused on something, donde pones tu atención, va tu energía. Creo que lo estoy modificando, but it's like when you are looking at is where your energy is flowing. For example, this is like a pipeline or something. It's okay. Let's imagine you're here and you're studying. And of course, you have to be focused, you have to learn, etc. And it's like you're focused, your attention, your awareness is traveling to your books, or you're getting like this feedback. It's like it's flowing, okay? Because you're giving and you're receiving. But what happens when suddenly you receive a notification? I don't know, WhatsApp, a text message. It's like this is interrupting. What happens when you see a pipe and suddenly someone just steps on it or something? It's there in the middle. It's interrupting the flowing state. So that's what happens when you are distracted. So that's also what happens with the thoughts. When you are just doing your thing, when you know what you are there for, what's your purpose, and that's why it's important, your intention. It's like it is just flowing, and yeah, even though if there are some thoughts coming here, because of course our mind works a lot, and that's something great, but also we should not lose ourselves or our present just by traveling in all the different scenarios. Some thoughts can come, some thoughts can go, but it's just like, just leave it and be focused on what you do, on what you want. And yeah, that's the thing. That's why I think I told my friend, like, stop traveling through all these chaos, because you're sending just energy. If you want to dance, if you want to enjoy yourself, what's the purpose of dancing? It's to enjoy and let yourself move with the rhythm and the music and just the environment. So, okay, could be that you can feel that, and you can, because I think that as a human beings, we like to receive what was the word? Feedback. We like to receive feedback, even though sometimes we don't like, but it's necessary so we can just continue the next step, the next word, etc. Because of course you cannot just go in a different situation anyways. We are wise enough to know how to react and to say what we will say depending on the situation, on the person, etc. So if you want to dance, and sometimes, or even though you're just like thinking like, oh, how do I look, and stop that and be and call all your attention to you. Call your awareness, call your energy back to you. And if that could be also some a little bit difficult at the beginning, what you can just say, or what can you just do, it's close your eyes and let your body move with the rhythm of the music. So yeah, that's how you can go back to your center, and that's how your essence will be present according to the environment, the moment, and you living and enjoying the present where you are at right now. Yep, and you can practice this dancing, cooking, studying, meditating. And if you have more ideas, just let me know, because this is something that I've been working and I've been practicing, to be honest. As I said, um I think a couple of months ago I presented in an international conference. Really, really important. I was nervous. I knew that everyone else was scientific students, engineers, and I at that moment I was studying the Bachelor of Mechatronics Engineering, and I had to do a presentation of only 4 minutes. And of course, I was nervous. Um, but what happened, I remembered this book, and even I traveled with this book. And yeah, sometimes, and I did, and we can talk about this later. It's just like this superwoman pose that helps, but also to be present. Okay, what I had to do. It's like this, right? Do your thing. What was the thing that I had to do? I had to present about the scientific paper that I was the co-author and that I had to explain in 4 minutes in English to people with different backgrounds, with different majors, but like all of them, they are like really intelligent and high. I don't know how to say, but I was so excited, but at the same time I was nervous, of course. But all these thoughts of like, what if I fail? What if I fall down? What if I forget the word, etc. I just I knew that of course they will come, but I didn't put my mind and attention to them. I just let them just go away. Go away, okay? And even I didn't bother to make them move away. I just focused, and that's the thing. I just put my attention. I just put my attention on what I wanted, and that's the intention. And my intention, and I programmed myself like, okay, I'm going to present this in 4 minutes. I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna explain this, etc. I'm gonna say these numbers, etc. So yeah, I presented, and I had this flow state where, of course, I had to look at the audience and the public. And of course, I remember now that I saw the face of one professor that was like, but that feedback, I didn't receive it. Like, should I change the next thing that I'm saying? Or I knew what I had to do. And of course, I had to prepare for it. And we can talk about the present later, because it also takes preparation for you just to be. And that's the thing. I know that I was presented, but I was being something that I already coded that I will be. And that's another thing that I would like to talk about. And I really like it. Actually, I haven't finished this book, but but I think that it's really powerful, and it really helps. It really helped me, and I suggest you to read it if you um if this resonates with you. And well, I think that's all for this video. Well, my name is Claudia, and I think that's all for the video, to be honest. I really wish you all the best, and that somehow this can give you more ideas, or you can get this formula to your life. Mm, and yeah, I just want to let you know that probably I will make more videos about these different topics, because I really enjoy like getting or putting in order all the things and information that I receive, that resonates with me, and I connect them. So yeah, and actually I'm thinking about some projects, but I'm gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna talk about that later. Well, I hope you all the best, and I hope that you're having a really great day. And just let me know if some other thoughts came to your mind, or if you have some experiences that can affirm this. And yeah, if you have any questions as well, I think that I will be glad to answer them, but also I know that there will be some people that can also help you to get clearance in your life or in your thoughts. Okay, bye bye.